Hello, everybody, and welcome. Thank you for joining me tonight on SPTV. I am Jane Morton. I am your psychic counsellor for the night, but I'm also a psychic medium and a teacher and practitioner in healing and lots of different other things. So, thank you for coming. Shall we see what hellos we've got? If I can see the screen. Oh, yeah. Please as well, be mindful. Anyone that watches regularly and see me on the Sunday Sofa every week, we keep updating you to just be mindful of the spams. Spam, that's a meat, isn't it? Any spammers that we keep getting on here, please do not give anyone your card details or any personal information and data. SPTV does not ask for this. Any of the hosts on here would not ask for this, not even on their private pages. So please do be mindful. Don't give anybody your details. You know, even on other pages, be careful. There was a lot of people hacking and scamming at the moment. So, yeah, we'll get that out of the way because we don't want you getting caught short, especially this time of year. Hi, Margaret O'Brien. Thank you for joining me. Hello, lovely Terry. I've got bouncy comments. Hello, Heather Green. Hi, Christine Davies. Hello, Lisa Pearl. Good afternoon. It's evening here, Lisa. You have to let me know where you are. Hello, Sarah. Nalona. I'm going to leave that. South Africa. Thank you for joining us, Sarah. Hi, Maureen Bracken from Dublin. Hello, Hayley Maycock from Wales. Good old Wales. Hi, Belinda Jones. Hello, Danielle. Hello, Carrie Ann from Canada. Lovely. Got some great people out tonight from other countries. Hi, Debbie Chard. Hello, Jade Fleming. Hi, Mary Lou from Southampton. That's not, it says Southampton CA, so I'm guessing that's not Southampton in England, Mr. Producer. Hello, Daryl from New Mexico. Oh, we've got loads of people joining us from all different places. It's great, isn't it, when we got people all over the place. Hi, Paul Mafleet. Hello, Lynn. Hello, Mary Butcher from Havant. Not far from us, Mary, just up the road. Yeah, if you're in Havant, Mary, are you coming to our SPTV Christmas Fair on Saturday, the 3rd of December in Waterlooville? So not too far for you, Mary. So please do. We'll be advertising it soon anyway. So, but yeah, anyone nearby, don't forget the fair's creeping up. Hi, Jade from New Zealand. Hello, Lisa Foreman. Hi, Tish from Florida, one of my favourite places, Tish. Victoria Stumber from, you have to be careful with it. I can't never say these words. Minnesota. Yeah, I'm terrible with my pronunciations, people. Hi, Judith. Hello, Dawny Taylor. Hi, Kerry. I'm assuming she's saying hello to me as well as Stace. Mary says she has to work that weekend. Oh, Mary, they're not keeping you there all day, are they? That's a shame. Send your friends and family down. No, don't, because that'll upset you. Hi, Ritu. Is that? Ritu. Vicky Dunn. It's been heavy rain today. Oh, let's know where you are, Vicky. We've been quite lucky today. A bit breezy, a bit cold, but it's been a little bit sunny. Hello, lovely Joanne Lewis. And yes, you're right, Joanne. Please, everyone, do share the show. The more you share the show, the more SPTV gets out there. And do like it. Like it because I want to be liked. Vicky Dunn is in Norfolk, so that's where the rain is it? Hi, Penny in the USA. No, don't sing in my ear, Richard. Please. Hi, Helen. Hello, June. Mr. Producer singing in my ear now, people. Hello, Lisa. Lisa Paris, that is, I'm saying hi to, because I know there might be a couple of you on there. Hi, Diane Stewart. Hi, Carmen Sweeney. Okay, Mary, try and swap, but if not, on the Friday night, the night before the fair, we are doing a mediumship demonstration just up the road a little bit further in sort of Wickham, Droxford way, in the Roebuck Inn, and it'd be our lovely Deb Clark, who a lot of you know tune in on a Tuesday as well, and Kirsty and Matt. So please, if you can, there's only a few tickets left. We sold out, but we added a few because some people asked. So if you want to come to that, we've just put it up on the screen. Please do contact SPTV and get your tickets on the event page, because that'd be a great night. I've been very fortunate. Obviously, I've seen Matt and Kirsty a few times, but I met Deb a little while back and see her do it live, and it was great. So it's well worth coming to, people. You're all right. It's not me up there. So see if you can do that, Mary, if you can't get to the SPTV Christmas fair. I need to put my teeth back in, Mr. P. Hello, Kelly McKeaton. Big love to you and all. Hello, Mala Dewberry. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Kimberly from Portsmouth. Hello, Kimberly from Portsmouth. Yeah. Do you know about the event that look? He's in my ear constantly. Tell him about the event. Tell him about the event. We're going to put it up later in the adverts, aren't we? But yeah, anyone that's near Portsmouth, which is where I am in Portsmouth. So anyone that's tuned in from other countries, thank you for joining us. I am in Portsmouth in the UK. Mr. P, the producer, is not too far away. He's a little bit further over from me. And we are doing SPTV Christmas Fair in Waterlooville in UK. So anyone that is local enough that doesn't mind a quick journey in the car, please do come and join us. A lot of the hosts will be there actually that tune in on these shows. So you get the chance to meet the hosts. We'll be doing readings. There'll be crystals. There'll be all sorts, and there'll be an opportunity to buy some Christmas gifts. So please do come. We did one in June. Was June, wasn't it? Which went really well. It's our first ever fair, and it was really good. And we were really pleased with it. So that's why we're doing the Christmas one. So if you want to come and meet all us lovely hosts in person, there's your opportunity. So please do come along. Hi, Elizabeth from South Wales. So I haven't been on for a while, if anyone's noticed. Hello, Cindy Wright from the Borders. Obviously, you've seen me on the Sunday sofa, any newbies. Hi, Diane Lawson. But I haven't been on doing my own show. There's been lots of different things going on. It's been really hard to fit things in lately. But I am back tonight because, you know, Richard squeezed me in somewhere. And anyone that knows me, on this show, I normally do psychic counselling. And it's normally people ask questions. And it can be any question. It doesn't have to be spiritual. And I give a bit of guidance or support or answer anything you want to ask if I can. And then I give a card reading. Occasionally, I might just go back to somebody anyway because I might feel the need to tell someone something. We're going to play it by ear tonight because I'm not quite sure what's going to come out of my mouth. And no swearing, obviously. But yeah, so we're going to see how it goes. But if anyone does want to ask me a question or want to ask what psychic counselling is, if you're new to the show and not seen me before, please do. If you've seen me on the Sunday sofa with the lovely Polly and Sarah, that's more like a chat show where we pick topics, sometimes quite serious topics, but we also have a little giggle and then we give readings. But psychic counselling is also about helping people, especially this time of year, because some people don't always cope as Christmas approaches. So please do ask away. And then if you do, I will give you a little card. I will pick you a card and give you a reading. So I hope that makes sense. Has anyone asked a question, Mr. P? Hello, Holy Cat from Canada again. Hi, Jenny Garrett. Hi, will I move house again? Wow. Hi, Chris Pilly. Hi, Tina Lacey. Hi, Chris again. So, oh dear, I recently lost my beloved cat. Do pets go to the same place that humans do when they pass? Okay, Chris. Lots of spiritual people, I say spiritual people because we're all spiritual in different ways. We don't all work psychically, have lots of different beliefs. So it's very hard sometimes to pin down what is right and what isn't. So you go with your gut and you go with what you feel is right. Some people, I've done like essential work. I sort of learned essential work to work with my healing and stuff. But some people believe that there is a different place for pets. I don't believe that, because when we tune into spirit, if we are given readings on a one-to-one basis, quite often pets come through. And actually, anyone that's watched me on this show, quite often I've got pets come through, and I'm not even a pet communicator. So I don't believe that they go to different places. I believe they come through with our loved ones, because otherwise how would we connect them together? We don't just get dogs, and I've had parrots and I've had all sorts actually. So yes, I do believe that your cat, your beloved cat as you've called it, will be with one of your loved ones. I just don't get why there'd be separate places, because again, if you believe in reincarnation, you don't always come back as the same thing, obviously. So you could come back as a pet, so why would you be in a different place? I don't know if your cat was white or you've got another cat around in the house, because I've just got like quite a big fluffy white Persian cat around you, which is quite unusual, isn't it? White, it's like albino-y normally. And I've just picked you a card, number 2, the waiting game, Mr. P. I know, come on. I see everyone's getting on the ball with these cards as well. I see Polly's using these cards now. We love these cards. See, the more people use them, the more you can use them. So let me know, Chris, if your cat was white and fluffy, or you've got another cat in the house, because I am getting a cat. I am getting a cat around you that's quite white. Stop it, Mr. P. Very like I'd call Persian looking. I don't. I'm more a dog person, but I do love all animals, so I'm not quite sure on the species, but I'm feeling like a Persian, quite a white fluffy cat. I'm also feeling with the waiting game. I feel that you had, before your cat passed, there was some issues. I think you were waiting on some test results to come back. I'm going to be quite careful what I say. I feel that you may. That is so heartwarming to know that you're welcome. I feel that there was either some tests done on your cat, or you were asked to do some tests and it was weighing up what was the best for your cat at the time, because I'm just feeling that there was a waiting period of time where you had to make a decision. Let me know if that makes any sense to you, because it's making me feel that you had to wait on some tests or some results to come back. And let me know if that cat was white and fluffy. I'm not getting a name, so I can't help you on that. But yeah, in answer to your question, I definitely believe that they are together. If someone came in from the spirit world, sometimes an animal would come in first and then bring a loved one in, or vice versa. Sometimes we bring people in and then we get different kinds of pets, and it can be their pets as well as your pets, and everyone's sort of playing together. It is everyone's different belief on that, but at the end of the day, I think we should all be open to believing that everyone's together, because that's what makes us feel better, and knowing that everyone's looking after each other. And if they were in different places, I'm not sure why they would come in with our loved ones. So that's just my belief. Not everyone will agree with that, but that's what I believe. Yes, I had to do some tests. Okay, yeah, and I felt that was quite a trying time for you, waiting on that. Was the cat white though, Chris? Because I am getting white and fluffy. And if it's not, can you, and I'm not saying you're going to replace an animal straight away, but I have got a very white, fluffy, almost Persian-like cat around you at the moment. So whether that's going to be coming in as a new animal in your family home. Thank you so much. It's heartwarming to know my boy is with my family in the afterlife. Yeah, most definitely. I've bought, like I said, I've bought parrots out, I've bought dogs out, I've bought rabbits out. I even see a tortoise once, which was tortoise, whatever you want to call it. I don't know why it came out. I don't know why it came out like that, tortoise. Yes, my cat was white. I thought it was, Chris. Yeah. And white, again, I don't know where you are, but white in our country now is very limited. You don't often see white cats. Mind you, apparently ginger cats are quite sparse now, especially female ones. So cats are obviously becoming more and more extinct in certain sort of what are they, species, whatever you call them. But yeah, I truly believe that they are there. Otherwise, how would I be bringing them out with loved ones? So I do believe they're together. So take that comfort with you. Take the fact that if I'm seeing that white cat around you, then that cat is with you as well. And it hasn't come from its own little realm. It's come in probably around loved ones. I'm just not picking up on those. So I hope that helps you, Chris. But animal communicators, you've got Polly, and you've got, is it Jess, yeah, Jessica May. She does animal communication. So again, anyone that wants to talk to their cats or their dogs or any, even their hamsters, any pet, everyone gets attached to a pet. Polly and Jess both do animal communicating, and I know lots of people have fed back on that, even outside of SPTV, how comforting that's been to be able to communicate with their cats. And they also help the people, the animals here in the here and now if you're having any problems. So it's well worth looking into if you want to sort of connect with that. You're in South Africa. Okay, lovely. Well, just remember that cat's with you, because I wouldn't have picked up a white fluffy cat if it was somewhere else. So I hope that gives you some comfort, Chris. Okay, then. Yeah, okay. Can I just let everyone know, because it is a live forum, I won't be answering questions on any financial stuff, any legal stuff, and any medical stuff. I will give some information if there's something that's worrying you, but I am not a doctor. I am not a financial, actually I'm trained in finance, but I'm still not going to give you financial representation. And I'm certainly not a legal, so I'm not going to be doing any of that. That is something you would tend to get more privately in a one-to-one with somebody. It certainly wouldn't be done on a live forum. So we need to be mindful of that, because there are certain guidelines. Hello, Lisa. Yeah, I think we've done Lisa Wilkinson, but hello anyway. Has she? I apologise then. I thought I see her name just now. I'm psychic. I must have seen it earlier. Hi, Den Lingard. Hi, Tara Harden. Hello, Doreen Williams. Hello, Ali J. Hello, Beck G. Hello, Diane Danes. Is that Danes? Okay. Dawny Taylor, I'm just sorry, I went a bit quiet. I was just quickly reading your comment. Dawny, you've put, how can I get my daughter away from her boyfriend? She's shown me the bruises he gives her. She's took an overdose recently because of him. She just keeps going back to him, and there's nothing I can do. Dawny, can I just ask, first of all, is your daughter around 17, 18? That's the age group I've just been given. I feel this is quite a young relationship. If not, there is something particular around the age of 17, 18, so I might go back to that, but just give me an idea of if that's the age she is at the moment. When you're a parent, it's the hardest thing in the world when our children don't always make the best choices, or make the choices that we think they should make, and that's even harder because we want the best for them, but sometimes we can be a little bit overbearing or expecting too much, or try to live our lives for our own children, and it's not intentional, it's just because we want the best for them. When it comes to some form of domestic abuse or violence, and that is, I mean, if she's got bruises, that is abuse. There's quite a lot now that's advertised. She's 34. Okay, I want to go back to when she was 17, 18 though. There may be something around that she may need. Her son is 17 next month. Okay, so there may be some relevance to that as well. Yeah, I'll go back. I'll talk about the son in a moment, because 17 was very clear to me straight away. So I'll just talk about your daughter. No one should be condoning violence, but it is also very hard for people when they're in that situation to actually make a breakaway. It's all very easy for people to say, oh, well, why are they staying with them, or why are they doing this? They could easily walk away. No, they can't, because they get into a situation and it's hard to break that cycle. Lots of stuff is done on telly now about that. Lots of stuff is shown in school about that. There's lots of things that are being done now to try and encourage teenagers not to go down that route. But that hasn't helped people that have gone on in life, even in my age group and on, where we weren't, that wasn't really talked about, and we never really said if we were with someone that was violent. I actually, in my young days, did have a violent boyfriend, so I'm more than aware how that feels. The hard bit is, the more you tell her that she shouldn't be with him, the harder it's going to be for her to break away. And I know that sounds like frustrating for you, and your hands, like hands are tied, but it is that knock-on effect when you're telling someone she already knows she shouldn't be with him. So anyone telling her that is actually making her feel worse about herself. She needs lots of support, and she probably needs lots of encouragement, how to go to a group of some sort and get some support from people in her situation. I've picked a card, number 2, movement, choices and decisions, Richard, which seems, God, that was quick, Richard. You didn't waste no time, did you? No, computer says straight up. The words speak for itself. Movement, choices and decisions. She needs to move away from him. She needs to make that choice, and she needs to make that decision quite quickly. But that card is showing a lot more. It's showing a lot of background. When I said about 17 and her son, I don't know if there's been an incident, and I am going to be mindful here, Dawny, because obviously we are on live. I don't know if there's been an incident with her son and this boyfriend, because I feel there may have been an element of violence there, or some kind of verbal abuse I'm picking up there. In general, the house feels very highly charged. I feel there's quite a lot going on in there, so that's not helping. 17 is a very vulnerable age as well. But I also just feel there's been lots of energy in general. I feel like your daughter may have experienced something at a young age, and she's got some feeling as that she's not worthy anyway. And that's nothing you've done. That's nothing, that's no reflection on anyone else. It's just a typical, when you're going through your teenage years, how you feel about yourself and your self-confidence. And certain things, even if they don't seem that big to somebody else, can really knock your confidence and set you back. And I don't know if she had some bullying when she was younger, or felt a little bit of sort of low self-esteem, because I am feeling that she didn't feel very worthy. And that's why this boyfriend is taking advantage, because she's not really feeling good about herself. Has someone tried to get her to go and speak to, it's not a doctor, I'm feeling like it's some kind of drop-in service, because I am feeling that someone's tried to get her there, but she feels a little bit stigmatized. She feels she doesn't feel like she's like everybody else. She knows that she is in that situation, but she doesn't want to make that step to go in, because she feels it's sort of labeling her. Let me know if that makes sense to you, because I do feel that someone has tried to get her into some kind of centre or drop in to talk about that. It's really hard, but the best thing I would say to you is try not, if she tries to ask, you said she shows you her bruises, should that conversation come up again, say you're not interested, and I know that's going to be really hard as a mum. I've got 3 grown-up children, and none of them come without problems. So we do struggle with our children always. We're always a mum. She's a beautiful girl, but she loves a bad boy. I don't get it. I think we've all been there loving a bad boy. We've all had probably someone in our life we shouldn't have had in there. That's for sure. It's part of our learning process. Believe it or not, it is how we learn and how we try and learn to love ourselves. Yes, there has. So what? Yes, there's. I'm assuming that's where you've tried to get her into some sort of drop-in centre. You need to stop engaging with her, and this isn't being harsh. This is actually, in a way, it's enabling. If she's showing you her bruises and it's been talked about, and you're trying to get her away, it's another form of feeding, and it's in that cycle of not getting away from that sort of the abuse, and then people knowing about it but actually not getting out of it. Some people actually feed off that, again, not intentionally, but it just happens in that cycle. So as hard as it's going to be for you, you need to, if she wants to talk about this, I'm not interested, my opinion, I don't want to talk about it, and start shutting that conversation down. 34 is young. My oldest is 33, but actually 34 is an adult. I was married and divorced with 2 kids by the age of 31. So we have already started our life experiences well into our 30s. It's hard, but I want you to try and step back a bit and let her realise that you are not interested in enabling this situation. She needs to make those decisions for herself. I don't feel like her 17-year-old son is also he's the father of her child. I'm getting a bit of a distance there, so I'm feeling that they're not actually related themselves. And I do feel there is definitely an animosity situation. Is the son not actually living with her on a permanent basis? Because I feel there's a lot of backwards and forwards with him as well. Let me know, Dawny, if any of that's making sense. I know you'd like me to wave my magic wand and say it will all be sorted. She really does need to step out of this herself, but she needs to know that she hasn't got anyone else pushing her to do it. She actually needs the enabling side to stop so that she can actually work out for herself, this is going nowhere and this won't get better, this will only get worse. Bruising is bad enough. I don't know if there's anything else going on in that sort of area. I think at the moment it's just a little bit of heavy-handedness and probably a little bit of emotional control there as well, I'm picking up. But I want you to try and step away and say you're not interested and spend time with her as mother and daughter and not as the person telling her what she should and shouldn't do. She was going to stay on mental health ward. She was in such a state, but discharged herself before they could find a bed. Yeah, when someone overdoses, I work for the NHS as well in an acute medicine ward. When someone overdoses, they will look at they do all the tests and relevant sort of questionnaires with mental health to see what sort of their state of mind is. They will assess that, and if they feel they need more support, that's when they look at keeping them in. You can't keep a patient in unless they're actually sectioned, so there's no way you can just say, oh, you need this help, you'll stay in. If someone truly wants to discharge themselves, they will. It happens quite a bit where I work, so unfortunately it's the frustrating part of the system. And again, the overdose, this cycle, the abuse, then overdosing, there's a massive emotional control thing here. Going back to when I said your daughter at 17, 18, I don't know if she was bullied, I do feel she's got some emotional well-being issues as well. There may have been something that was missed when she was that age, and she may be struggling herself with, I'm not saying mental health is a massive area, it covers lots of things. People always panic and think it means somebody that's really poorly, but I'm feeling that there's some kind of emotional pull of her mental well-being, and that goes back to her 17th, 18th year as well. No, she's not even been with him a year. Her son does go stay with his dad. Yeah, so there's definitely a problem between this boyfriend and the son. I don't know, like I said, if he's been aggressive towards him, but there's definitely been some verbal abuse there. So that's not helping the situation either. But I think it's so hard. The only thing I can say to you, Dawny, without going over and over and repeating it, I truly do know how you feel on this one. I can honestly relate to this myself. So I do understand how frustrating it is and how upsetting it is as a mum. I just want you to try and just step a little bit back, because she's got to try and get this support herself. And sometimes overdosing is a cry for help, especially emotionally. So I think she needs emotional support with her well-being because of her low confidence. I hope that helps, Dawny. But try not to go in heavy-handed. It's a very delicate situation, and I truly do feel for you on this one. So yeah, I'm not sure she had her son at 17. So again, it's a young age, 17. I mean, God, I didn't even know what job I wanted to do at 17 and where I was going from one day to the next. So it's a massive thing to have had a child then as well. There's probably a lot of emotional trauma inside her that she could do with talking through with a former therapist that could help her deal with her emotional well-being. Then she might be able to build up her self-confidence. So I hope that helps. Did you say something, Mr. P? Yeah. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Lucy Lou. Hello, Joanne Wood. Lovely Joanne Wood. Hello, Lisa Centurion. Get my teeth out. Hello, Kim. I never like saying that last word. Happy birthday. Who's that? Is that leaving a few minutes ago? Oh, good. Oh, happy birthday, Kim, in Nebraska. You enjoy yourself. Hello, Bernie Duke from Newfoundland. Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Sue Walls. Hi, Brenda Morris. Is that wow at my... Hi, Kathy. Yeah. Hi, Luana. Okay, Terry. I found I'm becoming increasingly paranoid. Someone broke my trust and now I'm struggling to trust everyone and doubting those I care about. Any advice around this, Jane, please? Oh, Terry, you have been through it. I know you've been through it, and it is hard when anyone breaks your trust. And again, that can go right back to something in our childhood. Someone could have upset us in the playground, treated us badly, and then you have these knock-on effects going through life of where people let us down. It's not even about breaking trust or confidence. It's literally about letting us down, doing something that we expected them to not do, or expecting them to do something that they just aren't engaging in. So trust can really cover a multitude of things there. I know also, obviously knowing a bit about Terry, so anyone watching, I do know a little bit about Terry. Some people break our trust because we confide them in confidence, and then they go and sort of tell everyone and anyone, and they have got no respect for what they've been told. It is a human trait. It is something, unfortunately, us humans do. We're all guilty of it at some point, of saying something we shouldn't have said. I always say the older we get, the more challenged we get with knowing who we should and shouldn't tell people, because we start learning, way too old in my book, but we start learning at an old age where we should have not spoken out. But again, it's all our life lessons, and it is hard. So what you need to not do, though, is allow this to affect your mental well-being, allow this paranoid feeling that you've got. Not everyone is the same. You can't go around looking at everybody believing they're all going to do it. Yes, you can learn to be more careful who you confide in, who you allow in your circle, your close circle, as we say. Find your tribe and stick to it. But you can't allow other people's behaviour to affect your well-being. That's not right. No one out anywhere should be making us feel bad about ourselves. We should not be making others feel bad about themselves. We should be looking after ourselves and only ourselves, and we should be keeping our space, our close-knit space, very protected. And I don't just mean spiritually, like we do spiritually. I mean generally. Don't have anyone in your area that makes you feel vulnerable or unsettled. So it's about learning that care. And if there is anyone, sometimes we've even got family members we can't just get rid of because they're our family, but we can choose how long we spend in their company and how much we tolerate of their behaviour or how they are. So you've got to try and work on that and work on how you're feeling. You used to be so open to everyone, but now I feel closing myself off. A lot of that as well, though, Terry, I know has come from your situation. I've just picked you a card. Look, number 7, choose wisely. All those hands wanting your attention. Have you got it? You've just gone through quite a dramatic thing. People say, they say it all the time, you hear it all the time. Some of the biggest things that we go through in life is death, divorce, and moving house. You lost your father, who you were very close to, and that's still quite raw to you. It may have been a few years, but that takes quite a few years to get to a point where you can get through the day. So don't be hard on yourself for that. You obviously you're going through a personal time in your relationship. So again, you've already had 2 of those experiences. I don't know if you're moving house. I did just get a new front door key, so bear that in mind. I'm moving you already and you didn't even know it. But these are big, dramatic things. They affect us. They make us tougher and they make us stronger. But at the time, they affect us. They affect how we think, how we look at others, and how we trust. So that's what you've got to stop being hard on yourself. And you are an open person. I know you've trained to be a counsellor. That's to help others. You cannot be going around with your own trust issues when you're ready to go out there and help others. You need to start putting, I think, a little bit more time into you, invest some more time into you, and don't feel guilty about that. You're entitled to that now. And actually start looking at how you're going to use your counselling and how you're going to help others, and start seeing that there's so many people out there that need help, that it's going to make you realise that's what your purpose is here. You are here to help others. You are not here for others to make you feel bad. The choose wisely, it's not even worth me even talking about that. There's obviously different hands coming out of that card. I do know, and I'm not going to talk about it on the live forum here as well, because I'm mindful it's live, and I'm mindful there's others maybe watching. You've had a lot going on. Stop beating yourself. It's almost, they're not hands, they're like sticks, and you're beating yourself with it. Stop doing that. Try to accept day by day that things will get better, and you do trust people. You've just been very deeply hurt. You've got a lovely energy around you, Terry. I've been very lucky to meet you a couple of times. Don't let other people's unpleasantries or how they feel about themselves reflect back on you. And actually, if anyone else is watching on that as well, when people are mean to you, when people do bad things, when people really can be quite unpleasant, and there is a lot of that going on, unfortunately, especially after the last 3 years, that is a reflection of them. That is not a reflection of you. You are not a horrible person or a bad person when someone treats you badly. That person doing it, and it's a bit like Dawny with her daughter's boyfriend, that boyfriend clearly has his own problems and he can't deal with it, and he's reflecting that back on his partner. That's how anyone is. So if anyone out there is feeling the bits, lost, or feeling hard done by, or people are just literally making them feel worthless, take a deep breath and look at them and realise they are very unhappy individuals, and they're doing that because of how they are, not because of how you are. Terry, you're beating myself up. You're right. You are beating yourself up with a big stick. Next time I see you, which will be at the SPTV fair, I hope. Well, you're not coming down to the SPTV fair, right? I'm going to have a shopping trip to up north. I'm not going to say where she is. I will beat you with that stick, Terry. How about that? If you don't put that smile back on your face, don't let these people that have got under your skin. She's probably sitting there laughing at. Don't let these people that have got under your skin make you feel like that. These people they're not in a good place themselves. They need to look at themselves. They need to help themselves, and they've taken it out on others. And that's what anyone who's going through anything like that, that's what's happening. When people are mean, when people are unpleasant, and when people say unkind things, they are not happy people. They're just lashing out. So you've got to stop taking it personally and realise, and turn that counselling around and realise these people need help. So I hope that helps you, Terry. Disappointed I'm not going to see you, though, at the SPTV fair. Who else have we got, Mr. P? Hello, Mary Lou. Hi, Meg. Hello, Marion O'Brien. Hello, Avril. An unusual name, isn't it? Hello, Michael. I thought I said Michael Bublé then. It's Misha Brugge, isn't it? I'm thinking Michael Bublé's on my show. Look at me. Hello, Daniel Booth. That's it. Have we got any questions? Okay. Victoria Stumbo. Why do I recognise Victoria's name? Did she come up on the Sunday sofa last week? She might have done, because that name's like going round and round in my head. I've been going back to her since she said hello earlier. I had a dream that I was on a platform in the middle of an indoor pool, and the platform started to sink, and it pulled me down with it. And I could see the light as I was sinking. and I was reaching for the surface. The water was clear and beautiful, just like a regular indoor pool at hotel resort. Any thoughts? Water is very heavily represented around our emotions. In the tarot, which is obviously my forte, the suit of cups is all about our water signs, and it's all about our emotions. So normally when they come out, it is an emotional situation that's going on. When we dream of water, we've normally got a lot going on with our emotions, and they could be a little bit unhinged. That's me, I'm unhinged. But they could be quite irregular with the water. A lot of people dream of like water coming towards them, and I think I'm not a dream expert, but I think if the water's coming towards you or going away from you, it means two total different things on why that's happening. The fact that you're in a pool, quite a nice pool and on holiday, tells me you actually probably want a holiday. But no, seriously, it's that feeling of being pulled down is showing that there's a situation in your life emotionally that is actually weighing very heavy on you. I do feel that it's not necessarily your direct situation, it's a situation that's going on and you are being pulled into it, and that's why you're getting that heavy weight feeling of being pulled down. When you say you can see the light as you're sinking, it's almost like the lights sorry, I've just got Victoria, I've just had a lady come in around you as well, so I'm just going to see what that is, because I don't know actually if this is what the situation's around. Seeing the light is that almost like seeing that light disappearing, because it's like, will there ever be light at the end of the tunnel in this situation? So that's what I would say. Like I said, I'm not a dream analyst, but I would say that's heavily around your emotions and a situation that's going on. Yeah. So there is a situation. There is a woman around me, and I can't. Sorry, that's why I'm itching my nose, people. I do apologise. She is showing me. It's a bit random. I don't know if it's thistle, like that's like a heather, isn't it? It's thistle, like it's like a flowery heather thing, isn't it? Or whether it's weird, like is it thistle milk? Someone that took thistle milk, and I believe that is to detox or help your liver. So this person is showing me that, and almost showing me an area around the liver. I'm feeling quite uncomfortable around my liver actually as I'm saying that. So I don't know if this person was taking some supplements to try and help them, but there's some kind of liver related illness with that. Let me know if that's making any sense to you. I'm not getting a very clear name. I'm getting some strange names. I've had a name with me since yesterday, Harriet. I just cannot get rid of Harriet. I don't know what's going on with her. Sorry, Harriet, but I can't find who you want. But I've also, around this lady, I'm getting like the name Annabelle. Anna. It does sound like Annabelle to me, but this is a liver related illness, and I'm being shown like thistle and like milk thistle. So I don't know actually if milk thistle comes from thistle. I've got for you number 1, prosperity begins. Yes, I'm due a vacation for sure. Yeah. The vacation part of it, I would say definitely is you just wanting to get away from this situation actually, and not having to deal with what's going on. But this heavy weighted feeling, you need to face this situation head on. If it isn't actually directly involving you, it's just bringing you in, you need to make some clear decisions of how to step away from that and let other people deal with it. I am feeling there's a new I don't know if it's a new property you're going to, or you're building something like an outhouse, some kind of building out on the land. I'm getting shown that as well, which is also making me feel that feeling of being in that pool is a little bit like the foundations are coming in as well. So there's actually a mixed bag there. That if you are building something or looking at moving on to something in a business sort of area, that swimming pool's almost like the foundations are sinking through, and you're struggling actually to keep that sort of feeling as that it can be done. Your auntie's name was Barbara. The grandma's name is Ida May. Yeah, this is an Annabelle. She kept giving me Annabelle, and she's Neither of those names have come to me, but I don't know if the milk thistle or the liver scenario is making any sense to you, because it is quite strong, and I am picking up around the liver area. There's some kinds of illness around the liver, and I am getting the milk thistle because I'm being shown plants. So I don't know if this is somebody that also grew plants. So see if you can ask it. Take it. If you're not getting it at the moment, take it anyway, because it may be a relative may be able to enlighten you on where that's coming from, because I can't take that away. The liver and the milk thistle is quite strong with me at the moment. Me and my fam are starting a log cabin on our land just for fun. Okay, so that building, so you're saying it's for fun. Maybe there is an element there, because building work is foundations. Whether it's a log cabin or not, you're still putting foundations down. So when you're in that swimming pool, there's probably an element as well of that feeling that the foundation's a bit rocky. It may be doing it for fun and it's with your family, but maybe somebody in that, and I hope none of them are watching, but I'm going to say anyway, maybe one of your family members is just a little bit more overbearing with this project, and that might be why you're feeling a little bit sunk and heavy loaded with emotions, because our family, we love them dearly, but they can really irritate us as well, and it is very hard when it's our family to not say what we really want to say. So maybe there's just somebody a little bit more enthusiastic about this project and is taking over. I feel like there's like a foreman, like you would on a job. Okay, I will ask around about the name. Yeah, take the name Annabelle, but that's not as strong. It is the milk thistle and the liver. It's definitely the two things that I'm getting in around this woman. I'm also seeing, very strange, lace doilies being placed on tables. They're very old, aren't they? Old-fashioned, but I'm seeing lace doilies being put on somebody's table. Quite a small table in the corner. I feel like lace doilies are put on it. So yeah, Victoria, ask around, but see where that comes. But try and acknowledge that. Like I said, that is emotions as well. But if you're building something, or whether it's a cabin or not, just bear in mind that's a foundational thing. Deep breaths, clear your head from it. Everything will be fine. And if somebody is just gnawing away at you, count to 10 and walk away, and then go back smiling. That's what I always say. So I hope that helps. Wrong window. I'm glad to see that prosperity, because I asked earlier about my financial situation. Well, yeah, prosperity can mean there's lots of growth in there. So you obviously see the card, the trees being planted, and there's hands underneath it. So that's all about growth in lots of things. That's growth in emotions. That's growth in personality, because I do feel there's you need a little bit of an upliftment in yourself. Growth, obviously financial, people always see that as financial, but it's also just making strong roots. So the prosperity card is actually a really positive card. So if there is anything that's on your mind that's just gnawing away in the background, just bear that in mind. Don't let things bog you down. Could be my neighbour. She used to have lace doilies on her table. I used to spend a lot of time with her. Can you remember her name though, Victoria? Because the doilies are really quite specific. I'm like placing them on a table, and I feel like the table's been pushed to it's not in the centre of the room. It feels like it's in a weird position over towards a corner somewhere. It's not like pushed up against a wall, but it's not in the centre of the room. And it's lace doilies everywhere. I can't shake them. So, but yeah, maybe the connection is with this lady, your neighbour. If your mum or anyone can remember, go and find out what she passed with. Ooh. Okay, Leslie, good evening. I'm absolutely lost right now. I'm in so much physical and mental pain. Moved house, lost my beautiful fiance last year with traumatic situation, struggling with my job. Will things improve for me? Okay. Again, Les, when I was saying earlier about how we go through some really big changes in our life, death, moving house, and relationships are, massive. Oh, hang on, sorry, cars just fell on the floor. Let's get that one clearly for you. I'm going to bend down, show me grey roots. Authority. I'm going to keep that one, but I'm going to get another one. That's massive things to go through. It's a lot to deal with. So your physical, mental pain, emotional pain can lead to physical well-being. You know, can make us out of sync, and our body can play up in lots of different ways. So you've got to do a lot of love and care on yourself at the moment. It's a very strange. So the card I dropped was number 4, authority. But I picked again, number 1, prosperity again. Put authority up because we've had prosperity out, and I will talk about both of them, Richard. That authority card, when I look at it, you're being a little bit hard on yourself. I feel that you're not allowing yourself. You've put it all in there. You're physically and mentally in pain. You've moved house. You've lost your fiance through a traumatic situation. You're struggling with your job because it's probably the knock-on effect of what's been going on. That said, I do feel that you weren't probably very happy in that job role. And now with all these other emotional issues, it's literally made that job unbearable. We should be going to work to switch off, and we can't do that if that's not a happy place. Things will improve for you, Les. Things always improve for us. We've just got to stay positive about it. That authority card tells me that there is somebody around you in your workplace that is not actually making your health very well either, and that's what's making the job unbearable. I feel this person hasn't given you a lot of sympathy with what you've been going through. Probably, again, like I've just said, a reflection of them. I don't feel they've got a very empathic soul. You have fibro and miss your partner so much. Is she with me? Okay. I get how you feel that. I suffer with fibromyalgia. That's a very debilitating disease, illness, whatever people want to call it. People don't get it. It is not a nice thing to have. So I totally feel you there. In regards to work then, that might make more sense because, again, people don't really understand fibromyalgia. And if you're in the workplace struggling, you look okay, people really don't get it. So that could be why I'm finding there's someone around you in work that really is making that unbearable for you. You want to know if your partner's with you. I'm going to see if I can tune in. Okay. Yep. Okay. I'm not picking up, and please don't take this the wrong way. I'm not picking no one up because there's no one around you. That's just I'm not getting anyone. Normally, I will tell anyone, your loved ones are always with you. They are always with you. You don't need to ask us psychics and mediums to know they're there. They are there. You just sometimes need us to give a message to make you just feel that much better. I'm not getting that at the moment because what I am getting is the sense that you really do need to concentrate around this person in work, and you do really need to take some control back in your work-life balance, and I'm going to say work-life balance because obviously with your trauma going on, you're not getting a balance. So I feel that the message actually today is that you've got to take some control back in work, and you need to deal with the situation in work, or take some time out till you're in the right headspace. But you can't keep struggling in this workplace because you're not dealing with the other issues. So I do think the authority card's telling me that a lot of this is that you're being very hard on yourself at the wrong time, and not giving yourself enough self-care at the right time. So that is actually the message I'm getting for you, Les. Unfortunately, no, I'm not getting your partner. I know that's not always what everyone wants to hear, but I'm being truthful. I'm not going to say I've got someone who won't here when I haven't. 100% I look okay. Yeah, I know that, Les. I mean, look, I'm sitting here doing a show. People go, she looks fine. I'm actually currently off sick myself from the NHS. Doesn't matter whether you're fine and look fine. Fibromyalgia is a condition. It is not a nice condition. You do not have to explain yourself to anybody if they don't understand it. Okay? I can't think who that person is. Bear it in mind because there's something with work that you are not paying attention to, and you need to stop putting on a front when you're in work as well. So I hope that helps. Have we got anyone else? Do you want to do any adverts, Mr. P? Okie doke. Right. We will be back in 2 minutes because we're going to go to the adverts and I'm going to have a little drink.
Spiritual Psychics TV are happy to tell you about their second holistic fair. Our event has over 30 stalls, with 8 readers, free talks, and workshops throughout the day. From 1 p.m. on the day, we have a free mediumship demonstration with Deb Clark. Our holistic fair has 5 different crystal stalls, 2 homemade soap specialists, with 6 different healers, ranging from spiritual, Reiki and sound healing. Readers such as Matt and Kirsty Grogan, Polly Harnett, Sam O'Neill, Jane Morton, Nick Brown, Emily Baker, and Patty Kennedy. We also have a variety of other interesting stalls available. Our event is on Saturday 3rd of December starting from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. at the Waterlooville Community Centre. Come and say hello, enjoy the free workshops, talks, have a private reading, and purchase some wonderful Christmas gifts at the SPTV Holistic Fair. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, our popular show, Live with Spirit, offers the opportunity for different readers, each week to demonstrate their psychic and mediumship abilities.
And I'm back. I'm back in the chair. So, I hope you enjoyed the adverts. Have I got anything else, Mr. P, or do you want me to do some random readings? Hello, Tara Peters from Indiana. Hello, Deborah Adams. Hello, Cheryl Johnson. Hello, is that Richelle Rochelle Lini. Hello, Tina Hobbs. Hi, Trish Head. Daniel, will I ever get to see my kids again? Okay, Daniel. I've just picked Temptation for you, Daniel, number 15. Right, I'm going to be as mindful as I can be. Yeah, Daniel, this is quite a hard one to do on a live forum, so I'm going to try and keep this as sensitive as possible. Before I picked that card, I was getting a sense of like a locked door. I felt that the door had been shut. It probably has been physically, but I also felt it was like a metaphor. I do feel there's been a lot of to-ing and fro-ing. I do feel there's been a lot of arguing. No, I am going to be very mindful. I do feel that there's a punishment going on in regards to children, but I also feel there's a situation that you are aware of, which is why the punishment's been put in place. Like I said, I'm trying to be sensitive here because I don't want to give out too much information to everybody else. At the moment, I do feel there's a cooling off period. I don't feel that it's the foreseeable, and that's only when I say foreseeable, that's like in the next few weeks. That isn't months. There needs to be a cooling off period. There needs to be some things addressed. And I'm going to be quite honest here. You need to address some stuff yourself. You need to take some acknowledgement of the situation as well. But I also feel that your children's parent, the other parent, needs to stop using the children in that way. This is I've got to be really careful here because obviously lots of people go through lots of situations with their children, and again, I'm mindful of how upsetting this can be. It doesn't matter who's in the wrong, it doesn't matter who's done what. children are not weapons. They should not be used as weapons. Children are children, and both parents should be seeing their children if they are both fit and able to do so. Unfortunately, when emotions run high, and that card temptation tells me emotions have been running extremely high, there is a lot of anger, and that anger is coming from where emotions are charged, and it's instead of trying to be calm and seeing things in a sensible way, emotions are getting the better of everybody, and the children are getting caught in it. It is not fair for the children to be kept away from either parent unless they are at risk for any reason. There's a safeguarding issue. So, Daniel, I'm going to say at the moment, just for a few weeks, there needs to be a cooling off period. There's something you need to do. Like I said, I'm going to be mindful here. There's something you need to do, something you need to address, so that you're aware of how that period can cool off and get this back on track, so that those children can see both their parents and be, I know it's sad when people split up and they're not with their, you're not a family, but there's no reason kids can't still grow up happy and healthy with two loving parents, whether they live together or not. It's not always healthy to be together. So that's how you got to do it. So I want to say, yes, you will, but it's not going to be in the foreseeable at the moment. This cooling off period is essential, but you need to address some issues with yourself. I hope that makes sense to you, Daniel. Like I said, I'm trying to be mindful here. I don't, it's nobody else's business, so I'm not going to use certain words. If that makes sense to you, let us know. Let us know if you're still on. Just try and address some of your stuff. Stay positive. Think of your children, best interest of your children, and this rocky period will pass. So I don't know if he's still on, Mr. P. No, I don't feel that he may well be on that one. Then, please may I ask politely for a reading? I feel so alone. Okie dokie. Oh, God, I'm dropping my cards there. Den, can I just ask while I'm picking up my 52 cards I've dropped on the floor? Have you got a cat in your house? I'm not even a catty person. Have you got a cat laying in front of you? And then it may be a small dog, but I've just seen someone stretch out at your feet as you're sitting there. That is random, I know, as I was shuffling cards, but can you let me know? Everything seems one step forward and 5 back. Will I ever get back on my feet? I feel I'm facing a losing battle right now. Okay, let's see what the card brings. Let me know if this animal is in the room with you. Right, and I say in the room with you, I want to say now. This animal's in the room with you now. I am feeling it's a cat, but it could be a small dog. And the reason I'm asking is because I think it's quite important. This animal means it's got representation. Richard, I've got number 1, base chakra. No pets. Right, okay, so you've got no pets. So this pet may be your answer, because this animal is quite clear. Sometimes pets are very good for us, and some people might go, I hate pets and I'm allergic to them, but actually pets are really good for us to calm us down, help with anxiety, help with loneliness, because it's somebody we can concentrate on and try and take out our inner feelings of emotion. So just bear that in mind, because I do feel there's a pet coming your way. And sorry if you don't like them, but this pet's coming. The base chakra is all about regrounding yourself. It's about putting your roots back in place. It's about getting back in a line with yourself. When we're feeling out of sync, it will affect all areas of our body, especially our emotions, especially our mindset. Sometimes, again, things happen in our life, we can't do anything about that, but we can try and keep ourselves as grounded as possible and not allow situations to come in and sort of disrupt that. I am getting a great sense of intuition with you, Den, as well. I feel that you're quite intuitive, but instead of tuning into that, you actually see it as a negative. I feel that things that you pick up on, you actually turn around in a negative way and feel it's not a positive thing. You're using it as you're a bit of a half, I do apologise, but you're a bit of a half empty cup at the moment. What's the saying? Half glass full, half full glass, whatever. You had budgies, but lost last year. Okay, well, again, this pet could be coming your way by default to a degree, but don't turn it away, because I think this pet's going to do you really the world of good. So just bear that in mind, because the pet was very clear. I felt like I was stroking it and it was near your feet. So I think that pet's coming. I want you to try and do some inner work on yourself. I feel that you need to do some inner work. You need to start looking at some positives. I even feel I want to make you write a list of the good things in your life, because at the moment I do feel that you're harping more on negatives, and they're not actually all negatives. I have a man around me that's come in. It's like, I feel like he's got a trilby hat on. You've just put the yes laugh out loud. I am, and that's obviously the half glass. I don't mean to be rude, and I really don't, Dem, but I'm just getting this sense of, well, woe is me. It's a bit like Tigger. Oh, poor me, you know, not Tigger, Eeyore. Sorry, anyway, I've got this man coming in. It's got like a trilby. I think it's a trilby hat, and he keeps wanting to tip it. You know, like, how to do sort of thing. He seems to be tipping it. He's quite a quiet gentleman, but he's quite a well-to-do. He's what I'd call well-mannered. That tipping of the hat almost is like a good morning gesture. He would be quite friendly to people, but when he goes indoors, he would have been quite a quiet loner himself. I do feel this is some kind of grandfather. So I've got Dad's trilby behind my door. Okay, so it's your dad. Could it be a family trait? I don't know. Does that make sense to you with the tipping of the hat, though? That that gentlemanly way, being quite, well mannered, the sort of person that would open up doors for people. I'm not saying all men are rude, but it's very old fashioned what I'm seeing. So I have got him around me, which is telling me that he's with you as well. And I want to say to you, I want you to start opening up a bit more and looking at the positives. I want you to start writing lists of positive things, or finding something positive to do each day, because at the moment you need to get that glass filled up. And I don't mean literally, I mean you need to do it. So then my advice for you out of those cards is just try and get some positivity on a daily basis. Find one thing and keep that, and then the next day find another thing, and do it that way. You need to build your confidence back up. You need to lose this low feeling. Yes, he was a gentleman. Yeah, he feels a very gentle energy as well. So I hope that gives you some comfort that he's just come in. That he's showing me he's with me, but also I want you to know he's with you, and he's urging you to just try and do some positivity work on yourself. Okay, so I hope that helps them. So I'll cut that a bit short, but obviously I'm mindful of other comments. Lucy Lou, can I have some reassurance with my social and general anxiety, please? Really struggling at the moment. It's affecting my sleep and life at the minute. There's so many people, Lucy, suffering at the moment with anxiety, especially socially. And and sometimes we do end the show, when I've done it in the past, on a sort of collective subject, because so many people are suffering and so many people are struggling. And as I was saying earlier to one of the other people about how we put on that brave face when we're somewhere else or at work, and then we go back indoors and we're not coping. It's not good for us to do that. Just be ourselves, and even if we break down in tears out in public, let's get on with it, because we put too much expectations on ourselves, especially in a social environment. If it helps, Lucy, I'll be quite honest on it. I struggled massively with my social and general environment back 18 months ago when I had a nasty accident, and it gave me anxiety, and I really couldn't bring myself to go to social functions or be out in a social place. I could do all my spiritual work because that's my comfort zone, but I couldn't go out socially. And prior to COVID, I was out socially every weekend. So certain things in life can really just knock you and you least expect it. So don't beat yourself up about it. Don't try and work out where or how it happened. Don't even, if you have a day where you just can't cope, then don't cope, but just get up the next day and try and find something else. I'm just going to get you a card. I've got Triumph number 7, Richard, and I think that says it all, Lucy. we have to triumph over ourselves sometimes. We have to set ourselves small goals. Until someone suffers with anxiety, no one can understand it. So no one goes, oh, it's only anxiety, or well, what's that? Anxiety comes in lots of different ways. And until you've had it, even the physical effects of it, no one can actually judge that. So what I want to say to you, the reassurance you're asking for is there. You will come through this. Sometimes we need this period to actually reflect on ourselves. Sometimes that quiet period of feeling that and actually staying in and keeping ourselves to ourselves is our way of recharging and having to cope with what we want to do next. The reason it's affecting your sleep is because you're not stimulating yourself enough in the daytime as well. So if you can, I know like you don't want to, like you said, socially it's a problem, but if you've got an area where you can go quietly and just get out in the outdoors for 5-10 minutes a day, try and do that. Try and do some try and stay, because someone's just shown me, try and stay away from your, I want to say it's a laptop. I feel like, I don't know if you watch Netflix on it, but I'm seeing a laptop on your bed, and I want to say that needs to be removed. That is not the place for your laptop in your bedroom, unless you're sharing a house. You need to sometimes step away from the screens. You know, I know I'm on one now, but we need to try and get that out of our way a good hour before bed, because that's not helping with your sleep pattern. And it might help you to do some calming breathing, sort of, not meditations, just playing some calming breathing music before you go to bed, just to try and help with that sleep pattern. But I do feel that at the moment you build yourself up during the day, almost convincing yourself you're not going to sleep at night. The good news, like I said, Triumph is telling me you are going to come through this. That card showing a person on a horse. They've got a red flag, which means they mean business. You are going to come out the other side, and it may be a longer journey than you'd hoped, but it's a journey that you need to take on board to be aware that this is also about self-care. There's some self-care work you need to be doing on yourself. So just take each day as it comes, but be reassured you are going to come out the other side. Just be mindful of what techniques you can do to get through it. So I hope that helps, Lucy. Okay, am I done? So lovely people. Sorry if I waffled on a bit there, but some of these subjects were quite, I mean, we are all still struggling a bit with the side effects of the past few years. Anxiety, mental health, anxiety sits in that. Our well-being, our sense of wanting to achieve things, just feeling in a rut. There's so much, so many of us going in. The good thing is we all know when we come on shows like this, we're not alone, and you need to remember that. So please do remember that if you ever are feeling that way, that's what SPTV is all about. Please do come in, not just to see me, but also all the other hosts and the community chat. People are here to help you and just to talk to you. So I hope you've enjoyed the show. What's that? June's just put up, I'm sure most imperfect people suffer from stress. We feel too deeply and take things to heart. That's all of us here, I'm sure. Totally agree, June. I think sometimes people think us psychic mediums have an easy life. We've probably had some of the hardest lives. Our life experiences are a lot, which is why we can help others, because we can almost relate to that. And I do believe, yeah, when you're an empathic person, you will suffer more sometimes physically. And if you're not looking after yourself, stress will definitely come in as a major factor, because we put too much stress on our physical and mental well-being anyway. We don't need any additional help from outside. So I truly hope everyone's enjoyed it. I hope someone can, you know, a few of you can take things from it, because some of those questions are for everybody. And I will be back hopefully next month at some point. If not, it'll be in the new year, but I'll definitely be. Oh yeah, I'm on Sunday. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I meant my show, but yes, I will be on Sunday on the Sunday sofa. It'll be me and Polly, because the lovely Sarah's got something on. So I'll be back on Sunday with Polly for the Sunday sofa, and hopefully I will see some of you also the following week at our fair. So on Sunday, on Friday. So on Friday, there's a special VIP evening with Deb Clark as well. So bear that in mind, and tune in for that, for the VIPs. But with that, I will see you all Sunday, and take care. Much love. Bye.